Sylvia, you're almost alone. I almost feel like the actor who, the night before the performance was to go on, had the nightmare of coming out on stage after many weeks of rehearsal and there's nobody in the audience. Welcome to the meeting of the Skokie Village Board for Monday, August 20th, 2018. This evening we will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Village Clerk Pramod Shah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The meeting will come to order and the clerk will please call the roll.
Trustee Roberts.
Here.
Trustee Sutker.
Here.
Trustee Ulrich.
Here.
Trustee Bromberg.
Here.
Trustee Klein.
Here.
Trustee Greg Keeler.
Here.
Mayor Van Dusen.
Here we have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda for this evening's meeting. A motion is in order. Trustee Ulrich, seconded by Trustee Roberts. Is there anything on the consent agenda anybody would like to have removed? If not, call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Greg Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Dusen.
Aye, the motion passes. Next item is report of our village manager, John Lockerbie.
Thank you, Mayor Van Dusen and trustees. Good evening, everyone. Item A is regarding a building demolition at 8143 and 8201 Skokie Boulevard. The contract is recommended to be with American Demolition Corporation from Elgin, Illinois, in an amount of $123,355. The Village of Skokie purchased these two properties, 8143 and 8201 Skokie Boulevard, for the purpose of redevelopment. This is the site of a former car dealership that closed in 2005. The buildings have deteriorated to the point of needing to be demolished to prepare for redevelopment to further achieve the vision of a transit-oriented corridor in close proximity to the downtown Yellow Line station. 12 bids were received for the teardown and removal of these two structures. The contractor will also backfill the site to grade with approved materials. Village staff will be supervising this work. Funding for this expense will come from the Illinois Science and Technology Tax Increment Fund. It is staff's recommendation to award a contract in the amount of $123,355 to American Demolition, the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. American Demolition has worked with the village in the past with favorable results. I concur with staff recommendation and respectfully request mayor and board approval.
Motion on item A, the building demolition of 8143 and 8201 Skokie Boulevard is in order. Trustee Klein, seconded by Trustee Gray Keeler. Are there any comments or any questions? Trustee Roberts.
John, will they still be able to do the work this year?
Yes,
So what's the kind of the timetable, if you could?
Sure. And Michael Lexick and Natha Kriska are in the audience as well. I'll give a stab at it and then they can elaborate. So the contractor needs to get, once the contract is awarded, the contractor needs to obtain a permit from the county, and then they need to mobilize their equipment. And so it'll take them a few weeks to get mobilized. The work will take about 3 weeks, working aggressively to get it demolished, and so it'll occur this fall. And Mike, you may have some greater detail on that timeline.
Probably as far as mobilization goes, the biggest weight item, if you will, is getting the county permit. That usually takes a couple or few weeks. They'll get their bonds and insurance relatively quickly. And once they get mobilized, they'll fence off the site. And like John said, about 3 weeks or about 15 working days. they should have it down.
So once it's complete, the plan is to have the site go through the winter with gravel on the elevation on the level at the street, and so it'll be a gravel site ready for redevelopment.
It should work out well for the Ignite Gaming opening.
Yes, there has been talk about the site being used for multiple purposes, so we're going to work through those details.
Are there any other comments or questions? If not, call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Dusen.
Aye, motion passes.
Items B, C, and D were approved as part of the consent agenda, and that completes my report this evening.
Thank you. Next item is report of our Corporation Council. Michael Lorch.
Thank you, Mayor, trustees. Good evening, everyone. Items A and B were ordinances on the consent agenda at the beginning of this evening and were adopted. Item C is a resolution on the agenda for board action tonight. This resolution would approve a subdivision at 8326 Costner Avenue in an R2 single-family district, and it's for the purpose of consolidating two tax lots into one. The subdivision meets all village requirements, and this action is being requested as a condition for a building permit. Mayor, I would be requesting board action at this time.
A motion on item C, resolution approving a plat of subdivision for property located at 8327 Costner is
26, I'm sorry.
8326.
Right, 27.
Oh,
You went across the street.
okay. We want to make sure we don't want to have the wrong house getting redeveloped.
Right.
8326 Costner. Motion is in order. Trustee Sucker, seconded by Trustee Ulrich. Are there any comments or any questions on the subdivision? If not, call the roll, please.
Trustee Roberts.
Aye.
Trustee Sutker.
Aye.
Trustee Ulrich.
Aye.
Trustee Bromberg.
Aye.
Trustee Klein.
Aye.
Trustee Gray Keeler.
Aye.
Mayor Van Dusen.
Aye, the motion passes.
Mayor, that would conclude my report for tonight.
Thank you. This evening, there is no Plan Commission report. The concluding item is citizen comments. Is there anybody who wishes to address the board from the vast audience this evening? If not, Trustee Bromberg, I believe. Motion to adjourn. We are adjourned. I think this might be a record.